potential brand split, returning WWE, the pros and cons, and wrestlers who are in the wrong promotion?
Huh. Let's talk about that.
Let's do it.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 3. Let's talk about that on episode 94 here. Only 6 to go before the big 100.
What are we gonna do?
No,
do something big.
It's gonna be something big.
Got to.
But let's talk about here. We're gonna have this broke down into two segments here on part 3. Well, first we're gonna talk about your favorite thing, what you love, the brand split could be returning, the pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
And then we're gonna talk about wrestlers who are in the wrong promotion.
Yes.
Get out of this promotion. Get over there where you belong.
That's true. Well, let's talk about pros and cons first
talk about
off
pros and cons
of the brand split. Ladies and gentlemen, the pro, it gives more opportunities for more wrestlers.
Oh, it definitely gives more opportunity for more wrestlers.
It does. Cons, I'll say this for the cons, because they used to have separate pay-per-views.
Yes.
That was kind of rough. Because a lot of times
they
didn't build them up very well, and then you had like 24 freaking pay-per-views in a year.
No.
So, but the only bad thing is when you have combined pay-per-views, if you're running with, say, 8 storylines on Raw and 10 storylines on SmackDown, you probably will only get 4 of the Raws and 4 of the SmackDowns on one pay-per-view.
Yes.
That's the only bad thing.
That hurts.
But you can always knock it out. Let's say it's Dolph and AJ are feuding on SmackDown, and that's going to be one of the main matches on pay-per-view.
Right.
Okay, well, the next month, they won't be on the pay-per-view, but it'll be Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. But they were on the month before.
Right, yeah.
But they were on, they might have been on every week on SmackDown. They just weren't on the pay-per-view. So there's ways to work around it, and you can intertwine people, and you can add fatal 4-ways and triple threats and stuff to make more people on the pay-per-view. But I think, honestly, the pros outweigh the cons. I really do.
They really do. Now, I mean, you can... One world champion's all you need. One Divas champion's all you need.
Yes.
And one tag team champion's all you need. And those go back and forth, which is a good thing. Will be a good pro.
And then Raw has their own main championship, which could be the Intercontinental title.
Yes,
and SmackDown has their main championship, the U.S. title.
Yes. And it builds, and I mean, on announcers, you have you keep your 3 over there, we 3 over here, jump back and forth. Which SmackDown would have the better announcers.
Of course, with Marl Runara.
Yes.
I don't know how to say his name.
Don't care, but
he's
MR.
better.
Yes,
MR is better.
Yes, I was very upset when...
Oh, speaking of the devil, that's weird.
That is weird.
Huh. That's great. His ears must have been burning
It's
bad.
been burning up here.
He knows where to film. I'm not acting.
Yes, he should know that.
He should know
I
it.
was telling him, giving you good news about going to Philadelphia.
I hope so. But anyway, I wonder if you can decipher what we're talking about.
Yes.
So anyway, I do believe, though, that the pros definitely, like I said, outweigh the cons. I think it does definitely give more opportunities for more people. It would honestly give more room for the Intercontinental title to be pushed more
if they do it right.
Because you would have your Raw Championship would be the Intercontinental title. Your SmackDown Championship would be the U.S. Championship. And then the other 3 belts would be back and forth. They would not be an exclusive to a show. So that champion may
when it's on the pay-per-view, it's not the Raw Tag Team Champions taking on the SmackDown tag. No, it's the WWE Tag Team Champions. This is your match you're getting.
Yes.
And the belts, if they get one, then they move. I mean, they don't move. You're still going to see these people on SmackDown, and you're going to see the people on Raw. They just go back and forth.
Let's say okay.
That's the one thing that moves.
Let's say Roman Reigns is the champion.
Okay.
Let's say that he's a Raw superstar.
I don't think we're going to say Roman Reigns is the champion.
I said that already.
I thought we were going to say it. Let's say Roman Reigns is the champion. I can't even say it.
Oh my word!
I can't say it.
You're so weird.
I can't get it out. I can't.
So let's say.
Can we say tag team champion? Roman Reigns is a tag team. I can say that.
You're so
I just can't say Roman Reigns is. I can't.
So anyway, Roman Reigns is the world champion. Let's just say this.
How do you got someone? How can you do that?
I got it. I can handle that. Okay, anyway. So Roman Reigns, world champion, but he's also a Raw superstar. But
yeah, of course, it's because Vince loves him.
But while you're the champion, you can appear on both shows.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that. Because you need to build up your feud with, let's say, Kevin Owens, who's on SmackDown.
Right.
So you go over there and you have a promo with him. You don't have to wrestle. The champion does. To me, the champion doesn't need to wrestle. Roman Reigns does not need to wrestle on Raw and SmackDown every week if he's the champion.
No.
He wrestles once a month on the pay-per-view and maybe 2 Raws out of the whole month.
Or one Raw, one SmackDown.
One Raw, one SmackDown. And all he does is do promos other than that.
Yes.
It would be good. It would save their bodies. That's the other pro to the brand split.
Yes.
That saves their body because they're not all on Raw and SmackDown every single week. They're not on every single house show. You know, there might be a Wednesday house show with the Raw crew. There's a Thursday house show with the SmackDown crew. There's you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to have both crews working the same nights on house shows. You don't have to do it.
No, you don't.
But there's definitely way more pros.
I mean, you can put them back together when you go overseas because they don't get us as much as America does. So yes, whoever you send the favorites from those shows, you can send over there. Yes.
You could do that with overseas.
I mean, there's not very many cons. I think it would be better for WWE in the long run.
Would be. I mean, with Shane being back, I know they're trying to say that he's not going to be past WrestleMania, but when a storyline gets over and the money's right, and they also may only be putting it out there that he's going to WrestleMania, just so they don't give away the storyline that he's going to be there longer. So, and they're also
thinking that he's going to lose. Say, well, he's going to lose, so and then he comes up and wins.
Right.
Because he's bulletproof.
Oh, exactly. So there also was this big article I was reading. I was like, oh, who is it? They're saying a big-time, former multi-time WWE champion would no longer be in the company wrestling after WrestleMania. I'm like, who in the world could it be? I was thinking, okay, Jack Swagger. That's no big deal. I was like, who in the world? And it said Triple H. I'm like, what? They're saying that according to the financial reports that Triple H's talent contract ends days before WrestleMania. They said, we don't think he's going to hold the company up for money.
No, they were good on that. He's not going to pull Double J. Yes.
Exactly. But I'm like, this is ridiculous. That's so stupid. I mean, why make an article about that? You're just trying to get people to click on it.
Yes.
Which I did click on it. And I say I will. They worked. It worked. Okay? But I'm just saying, okay, his talent contract, that's no freaking big deal. He's still going to have an executive contract. So it's no big deal.
That's not a big deal. We know he's losing.
Right. He's going to lose regardless. He may even lose at Roadblock. We don't know. But I will say this. Okay?
I mean,
Shane being in charge of Raw, I like that. I think it should be a sibling rivalry.
Yes.
You should have Shane be in charge of Raw, and Stephanie should go back to her home. Remember, she used to be the general manager for SmackDown.
Yeah.
You make her the GM for SmackDown, and you don't see Triple H on Raw and SmackDown. He's only involved with NXT. So you split them all apart.
All three.
You do not need to have... And Vince, guess what? Gorilla position. Don't need to be on TV. You've got your son and your daughter.
He's run his course.
It really has.
He's run his course, so he's time for him to go back behind the scenes.
Exactly. You have... And if there's a huge decision to be made, and there's bickering between the two of them, in 6 months to a year from then, he could come back for one big appearance and blah, blah, blah.
Survivor Series. Woo!
There you go. Team Shane versus Team Stephanie.
And see, there you go. You can have Team Raw versus Team SmackDown and Survivor Series only, and then go away and then you're back to
bragging rights. Don't ever bring that back, please.
No, that's what Survivor Series is for. 5-on-5 teams.
Isn't that weird? Why have bragging rights and Survivor Series in the same year? Makes no sense.
The geniuses at the towers.
But you have Vince, he's off TV. You have Triple H only in NXT, only dealing with the younger talent.
Yeah.
You have NXT not be a part. They do not need to be part of the brand split. They do not need to. When it's time
and we get the draft again.
You get the draft between Raw and SmackDown.
And NXT. Throw that in there.
See, I don't agree with that. I say leave them down there, and when they're ready to debut, they debut. I don't think they need to have all of them part of the brand
Not all
split.
of them, just a few. They might not never be picked.
I mean, I'm okay.
Okay, not saying the whole roster, just a few that you know that may be getting brought up anyway.
And see, I'd be okay
and
with
some
saying,
may go to Raw, may get drafted to Raw, and some get drafted to SmackDown at their time to come up.
right, as long as there's stories for them involved.
Yes,
whatever.
has to be stories.
I don't want this, well, we're going to bring Baron Corbin up here and he's going to get, he's going to be jobbed out.
Nothing, yes. Ascension.
Right.
Tyler Breeze.
Exactly.
But I put him in a world title. Why? I put him in a world title and then nothing.
Exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Tyler Breeze.
Yes.
Wrestlers who are in the wrong promotion, we're talking tonight about Tyler Breeze.
Yes.
We're saying he should not be in the WWE. He should be in the Ring of Honor. Once upon a time, things were looking pretty darn good for Tyler Breeze. Prince Pretty was positioned as something of a gatekeeper in NXT, an upper mid-card performer who would face the new superstars as they arrived on the scene, giving them a credible victory as they continued their integration period. In a way, he had become the Dolph Ziggler of the brand.
Ooh.
With Breeze, there was always a hope that he could stay in NXT forever, as many weren't sure the creative team of the main roster would know what to do with him. These fears were realized when the call came, and after briefly feuding with Ziggler, Breeze now finds himself in limbo. Any and all momentum he had upon arriving has gone, and any and all credibility he had built up in NXT has gone too. But where does Breeze fit if not the WWE? Strangely enough, the uber macho straight-faced world of Ring of Honor may just be the place for him. Despite being seen as the world that nuisance forgot, I guess that's what the word is. Weird. Ring of Honor has a great history of character-heavy performers, and Breeze would slot perfectly amongst that list of names. You only need to look at the performers such as Dalton Castle today to see why he'd work. Over his years in WWE, Breeze has also evolved to a pretty good worker within the ropes, and as with most in the WWE, there's a feeling that we're only seeing 70% of what he's capable of. If and when Breeze is released, I expect many to be shocked at his ability and as... Oh, did I already say that?
Yes.
Many to be shocked at his ability. My gosh. It's
Try
like...
to read it twice, just so nice.
You start reading through it, it's like it bleeds together. But it's very true. He could even be a team with Dalton Castle. He could feud with someone like Dalton Castle. He could definitely work with Ring of Honor for sure.
Oh yes, definitely.
And I wouldn't have been upset if they kind of like with Ty Dillinger. He just needs to stay in NXT forever. I mean, he's already an older guy anyway.
10, stay there.
I think honestly, Tyler Breeze would have now seeing as hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. That
it would have been better off for Tyler Breeze to have stayed in NXT.
And I think a lot of the NXT wrestlers say it too.
Right.
You know, that's why does Finn Balor say, I'm not ready, I want to rule NXT, I'm not ready to...
And they're saying Vince is ready for him to come to the main roster, and Triple H said no.
Bailey and everything else, and I'm good right now. So, I mean, I don't think they're scared to make the jump, I just think they see that when I make the jump, then I just go
only been a couple
I
of
go
them
from
that
the
have
top and then down into the middle.
The
and
Ascension
then
got crapped on. Tyler Breeze has been crapped on. Kevin Owens has done well. Who else came from there that you could think of? Right off the top of your head.
Before Seth and all them? I mean, after Seth and all
After
them?
Seth.
Kevin Owens.
That's it. That's done well.
That's all I can think of.
That's all I can think of too.
Because you had Seth, which did good. Dean did good. Roman's doing good. And
Bray and all that.
Bray.
Which they're not doing that great right now.
No, they're not, but they are still.
They're still top names.
Third, yeah. And then Owens. Oh! Neville, kind of.
But he's not doing that great either, though.
He's
kind of just stuck.
He's just stuck. Yeah.
Very
Talking about who's stuck, yeah, Neville's stuck. Yes.
Stagnant people.
And I'm afraid there's a few of them. I mean, Finn may do great. He may be like Kevin Owens, and he may be like Tyler Breeze and Neville. I don't think he'd be like the Ascension, no. But if what's going to happen comes true,
Going to happen, yeah.
then I'd put him at the top, and he won't. I don't think Hunter will let him fail. Maybe Hunter guys. Maybe Hunter Finn will not fail. Owens will not fail.
Triple H should have said the same thing about Tyler Breeze.
Maybe he's not thinking that of Tyler Breeze. I'm sorry, maybe not.
It's pretty doggone sad. But anyway,
maybe they should team Tyler with Dolph. And let them have a little run when Dolph's about to go. Give him a year run, and then they break up, and he can send Dolph on his happy little way on the WWE. You know what I mean? But right now, yeah. If Tyler
he
Breeze
lost his own
leave,
girlfriend, he lost his girlfriend, and everything.
yeah, that wasn't. I mean, it's okay.
was a
That's a
bomb.
perfect thing. And
It
then
was.
no,
Because
you're
Summer Rae
gone.
had nothing to do either, so.
Nope.
It's pretty
I
darn
know,
sad.
and I can't believe it's all over because he wanted to leave early. Or he left early. What was the thing again?
I don't know. He said they claim
Yeah.
that he asked to leave early from a TV taping, and I'm telling you right now, that's probably been a bunch of bogus mess.
Big O-B dot S.
Exactly. That's probably just a bunch of drama they were adding up. Exactly. But anyway, that's it for part 3. And part 4, we do the list where we continue talking about the top 15 predictions on what will look like WWE will look like in 2020.
Oh, I had trouble.
I know, right? Continuing the 13 biggest matches WWE should have booked in the 80s, but didn't.
And we skipped last week. We're going to do this every bi-weekly because we did skip the last week.
Yeah. We're bringing back the PWI 500 with
We
number
already did.
51.
Yeah, because we did 50 already.
Oh, my bad. I
You
said
picked
50. Huh?
50! You know who 50 was?
Who?
Austin Aries was 50.
Oh, that's funny. I can't remember all these numbers. We just go back and forth. And we're going to continue with the March Macho Madness Tournament. What?
Yep. I
Yep.
think you jumping to the next part. I missed March is all in there, yeah. The list that don't miss is huge.
And we're predicting the next 10 WWE champions, starting with 10 and 9. And last but not least.
Or it could be first.
Or it could be first. We could move it
We have
around.
to come back to see how
That's
it
right.
goes.
We have Buy, Sell, or Hold has returned to part 5.
So come on back to part 4 of the list.
That does not miss.
I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm just like, hi.
We'll see in a few clicks.
Click, click. Click, click.
You mean New Sean? Jeez, New
New
Sean.
We got a new shit, man.